Students, I will welcome you all once again. Students, till now we have discussed about the acid, base, and salt. Now, here I am going to tell you about the various type of chemicals which are formed from common salt. You know that what do you mean by common salt? So common salt, it is actually sodium chloride, which is formed from strong acid and strong base, that is hydrochloric acid and sodium hydroxide. By the combination of these two, we get NaCl, that is sodium chloride plus water molecule. This NaCl is also called to be as common salt. So here we are having lots of chemicals which are prepared from common salt, and these chemicals are of lots of importance in our daily life also, and these are also useful in industries and laboratories for various type of processes. Now we will start with first, that is sodium hydroxide. Sodium hydroxide, which is also called to be as caustic soda, where the formula of sodium hydroxide, by the name only you can write sodium as Na and hydroxide as OH. That's why it is called to be as sodium hydroxide. It is a very strong base with a pH of 14. That's why it is considered as the strongest base. Now here I am going to tell you how do we prepare sodium hydroxide. So first method of preparation of sodium hydroxide is by taking concentrated solution of sodium chloride. What do you mean by concentrated solution? So concentrated solution, it is a type of solution in which more amount of solute is there as compared to the solvent. It means more amount of sodium chloride is there as compared to water. That's why it is called to be as concentrated solution of sodium chloride. This solution is also called to be as brine. Okay, so when we pass electric current to the brine solution, here it will give rise to sodium hydroxide plus chlorine gas with the evolution of hydrogen gas. These all, chlorine and hydrogen, they both comes as a byproduct, then also it has lots of importance in our daily life. That's why there is need to discuss about the uses of this sodium hydroxide, chlorine as well as hydrogen. Before going further, we also have to discuss something about this process, like because here formation of sodium hydroxide takes place and chlorine also forms from the brine solution. That's why this type of reaction is also called to be as chloralkali process. Why it is called to be as chloralkali process? Because by the combination of sodium chloride with water and on passing electric current over this solution, it will give rise to sodium hydroxide, which is actually an alkali, and it also gives out chlorine gas. That's why it is called to be as chloralkali process. Okay, so now here we have uses of sodium hydroxide. First use of sodium hydroxide, that it is used in the preparation of soap and detergent. Okay students, here you just have to know how to the uses of this one is how do we use sodium hydroxide in our daily life, but why we are using this one and what are the process of using this one, that we will discuss later in the next chapters. Here you people should only know that what are the uses of sodium hydroxide. Okay, second uses of this one, that it also used in the textile company, textile fibers for making rayons, that is artificial fiber. Third, sodium hydroxide is also used in the manufacture of paper. Fourth, sodium hydroxide is used in purifying bauxite ore from which aluminium metal is extracted. You might have heard about ore. It is a kind, means we know that in our earth crust we have lots of minerals, and out of these minerals we also have some of the ore, and from these ore we are extracting many type of metals, and these metals have lots of importance in our daily life, and for the extraction of these type of metals sodium hydroxide is used. Uses of this one, that sodium hydroxide is used in degreasing metal. Okay, to remove the grease from the metal. It is also used in oil refining, for making dyes and bleaches. These all are the uses of sodium hydroxide. Next, here we are having uses of chlorine. So first, chlorine is used to sterilize drinking water supply and the water in swimming pool. This is because chlorine is disinfectant which have the ability to kill the germs and bacteria which is present in the water. We know that chlorine, because of its property, disinfecting property, it is used to kill bacteria. Here we are putting some tablets of chlorine into the swimming pool also, because swimming pool is common for many people, and because different people are having different disease, skin diseases. That's why there is need to put chlorine into the pool to avoid any type of infection to the people from one person to another person. This chlorine we are also using for the drink into the, or putting into the drinking water, the water supply that comes to our houses. Here also we are putting this chlorine tablet into a big tank where it kills the germs or bacteria which is present into the water. Next uses of the chlorine is, it is used in the production of bleaching powder. Here we also have one chemical as bleaching powder. In that you will able to know that how do we use chlorine for the production of bleaching powder. Okay, third, chlorine is used in the production of hydrochloric acid. Fourth, chlorine is used to make plastics such as polyvinyl chloride, pesticide, chlorofluorocarbon, chloroform, carbon tetrachloride, paint, dye stuffs. We know polyvinyl chloride, it is used for making pipes. Pesticide, you also have heard about the pesticide. Chlorofluorocarbon, it is a type of gas which is responsible for the depletion of ozone layer. So you people should know about these type of gases also. So this chlorine is used for the production or for the preparation of these all type of things, these all type of gases or other materials. Next, chlorine is used for making solvent for dry cleaning. For dry cleaning also, you are knowing about the dry cleaning. Here also we are using chlorine as a solvent. Next, uses of hydrogen. Hydrogen is used in the hydrogenation of oil. Hydrogenation, it is a process in which we are converting vegetable oil into vegetable ghee. This process also we will do later on. Here only you people have to know that hydrogen is used in the process of hydrogenation. Next, hydrogen is used in the production of hydrochloric acid. We know that hydrochloric acid is what? It is HCl. So here also it is prepared by taking hydrogen plus chlorine, then it will give rise to hydrochloric acid. Next we have hydrogen is used to make ammonia for fertilizer. Ammonia is what? NH3. So here also we are using hydrogen. When this hydrogen combine with nitrogen, it will give rise to ammonia, that is NH3, which is used as a fertilizer. Next, hydrogen is used to make methanol. Methanol, it is a type of alcohol which is the first member of the alcohol family. Hydrogen is used for the preparation of alcohol also. Now, here we have one more important use of hydrogen, that this hydrogen is also used as a fuel for rocket. Okay, in the rocket hydrogen is used as a fuel because hydrogen, it do not create as much pollution as petrol and other fuels are producing. That's why hydrogen is used in a rocket. These all are the uses of chlorine, hydrogen and sodium hydroxide. Now moving to the another chemical, that is washing soda. Washing soda, it is also a chemical which is prepared by taking common salt, that is NaCl. So washing soda, it is the chemical name of this one is sodium carbonate decahydrate. Decahydrate because here the formula of washing soda is Na2CO3.10H2O. Here we have 10 water molecule. That's why it is called to be as decahydrate. If we are removing this water molecule from the chemical, then it is called to be as anhydrous sodium carbonate, or it is also called to be as soda ash in the absence of water molecule. But when it has 10 water molecule on that, it is called to be as sodium carbonate decahydrate. Now here we have the preparation method of washing soda. So this washing soda involve three different methods for preparing. First method, in which cold and concentrated solution of sodium chloride is reacted with ammonia and carbon dioxide to obtain sodium hydrogen carbonate. In the first method, here you have to take brine, that is a concentrated solution of NaCl with water. When we pass this with the ammonia gas and then with the carbon dioxide, it will produce sodium hydrogen carbonate plus ammonium chloride. This ammonium chloride is also used for many of the process, but here we need to prepare only washing soda. That's why we will talk about the sodium hydrogen carbonate only. In the second process, this sodium hydrogen carbonate is first separated by the filtration, and then after filtration it is dried and then heated. When we are heating this sodium hydrogen carbonate, on heating it dissociates into small parts and it will give rise to sodium carbonate plus carbon dioxide plus water. Again, here we have sodium carbonate, which is called to be as soda ash. This sodium carbonate, it is the anhydrous sodium carbonate because it do not have any of the water molecule, but we know that for washing soda we need 10 molecules of water. That's why this sodium carbonate is dissolved in water and recrystallization to get washing soda crystal containing 10 molecules of water of crystallization. So here we are adding 10 molecules of water into the anhydrous sodium carbonate. Then it will give rise to sodium carbonate decahydrate, which is also called to be as washing soda. So these are the process through which we can prepare washing soda. All the three process, if the question is asked in your exam, then you have to write all the three process involved for the formation of washing soda. Now here we have the properties of washing soda. First, this washing soda, it is a transparent crystalline solid. Okay. Second, washing soda is one of the few metal carbonate which are soluble in water. We know that all the metal carbonate is not soluble in water, but here sodium carbonate, it is soluble in water. Next property, that this washing soda has the tendency to turn the red litmus into blue. It means it shows the basic character. It is basic in nature. Fourth property, that it is having the detergent property. That's why it is also used for the cleaning purpose, for cleaning the clothes. It has the tendency to remove the dirt and grease present into the cloths. That's why it is used for the cleansing or cleaning purpose. Next, uses of sodium carbonate. The first important use of sodium carbonate, that it is used as a cleansing agent for domestic purpose like washing clothes. Sodium carbonate is a component of many detergent soap powder. Second, sodium carbonate is used for removing permanent hardness of water. This also we know that there are two type of water. One water is called to be as hard water, another type of water is a soft water. That I will again tell you about the hard and soft water, but here you people have to know only about that this washing soda is also used to remove the permanent hardness of water. Third, sodium carbonate is used in the manufacture of glass, soap and paper. This sodium carbonate is also used for the manufacture of sodium compounds such as borax. This borax also has lots of importance. We people are using this borax in our laboratory. Okay. So these are the various uses of sodium carbonate decahydrate. Students, after that we have baking soda. Baking soda is also called to be as sodium hydrogen carbonate, and here the formula of this one is sodium as Na, hydrogen as H and carbonate as CO3. Okay, this one is also called to be as sodium bicarbonate. This is also used for the it is also added into some type of food to make the food fluffy. But whatever the baking powder we are using at our home, these are not the actual form of baking soda, because baking soda is actually bitter in taste. That's why here we have added some type of tartaric acid into that to avoid or to make it neutral. Okay, now here we have the method of preparation of sodium hydrogen carbonate. So this is the method of preparation by which we can also prepare washing soda. That is the first method for preparing washing soda. Here again you have to take brine, that is a concentrated solution of sodium chloride, and passing this one with ammonia and carbon dioxide, then it will give rise to sodium hydrogen carbonate, which is called to be as baking soda, with the byproduct as ammonium chloride. So it is also a very simple process through which we can prepare baking soda by taking brine. Now we have the properties of sodium hydrogen carbonate. First, it consists of white crystal which are sparingly soluble in water. Here the meaning of sparingly soluble means they are partially soluble in the water at room temperature. But as we are going to increase the temperature, or we will take lukewarm water, then it is easily soluble into the water. But at room temperature they are sparingly soluble in water. Second, sodium hydrogen carbonate is a mild non-corrosive base. The solution of sodium hydrogen carbonate in water is mildly alkaline. This sodium hydrogen carbonate, it also shows the basic character. Okay. Third, action of heat means whenever we are passing heat over the sodium hydrogen carbonate, it dissociate, and on dissociation it will give rise to sodium carbonate plus carbon dioxide and plus water molecule. These are the various property. After that we have the use of sodium hydrogen carbonate or baking soda. The first uses of this one, as we know that this baking soda has a basic property, or it shows the basic character. That's why it is also used to get relief from the acidity. Whenever we people are suffering from the acidity, in which the acidic content increases in our stomach, at that time if we will be taking the solution of baking soda, then it will make the reaction neutral and we will get relief from the pain. Secondly, this hydrogen carbonate is also used as a baking powder, which is actually not the purest form of baking soda. Here we are adding some amount of tartaric acid to make it edible. Next use of sodium hydrogen carbonate is it is also used in the fire extinguisher. Soda acid type fire extinguisher, it contains a solution of sodium hydrogen carbonate and sulfuric acid in separate container inside them. Okay, so it is also a very important use of baking soda, that it is used in the fire extinguisher also. Student, after that we have two more chemical that we have to discuss about, but for today we have this much only. Thank you.